Hi, this is Dr. David Dahlman, the author of Why Doesn't My Doctor Know This? Conquering Irritable Bowel Syndrome, Inflammatory Bowel Disease, Crohn's Disease, and Colitis. Thank you so much for purchasing my book. You've now got a lot of work ahead of you, but with my help, you can end your suffering. As a thank you, only buyers of my book will have access to this bonus video, the purpose of which is to make sure I help you as much as I can to maximize your chances for a complete resolution of your condition, whether it's irritable bowel syndrome, also called IBS, Crohn's disease, or colitis. I've been at this since 1992 and have treated thousands of patients. The really good news for you is that the vast majority, that means pretty much almost everyone who follows my advice, have seen an end of their condition as well as the medications they were taking for it. You will have that success also. Now, I have three main goals for you with this video. First, I wanted to give you some additional information about how the book is to be used if you have IBS, Crohn's disease, or any form of colitis. Second, I have a few comments about the dietary rules found in the chapter titled The Big Four, Don't You Dare Break 'Em Dietary Rules, and why I named that chapter such a dumb name. And third, I have some very specific information about the exact supplements I use for my patients. This information may not be as clear in the book as you would think, and I'll explain why later. Okay, first, please understand I have written this book as a guide to eliminating irritable bowel syndrome. Whether you suffer from IBS, Crohn's disease, or any form of colitis, please read the entire book. The advice specific to Crohn's and colitis sufferers, in other words, the differences between the IBS treatment plan and the Crohn's and colitis treatment plan, is detailed in Chapter 9 and builds upon all the information found earlier in the book. Very important for you and Crohn's and colitis sufferers. Now, my belief is that all Crohn's and colitis sufferers started out with IBS, so that's why I've written the book in that manner. If you have not been formally diagnosed by your physician with Crohn's disease or colitis, please consider yourself an IBS patient and read the book from that perspective. Second, a couple of brief comments about the dietary rules I discuss in the book. The dietary advice is in Chapter 5, called The Big Four, Don't You Dare Break 'Em Dietary Rules. Like I said, pretty dumb name, right? But I gave this chapter this name for a reason. If you read the chapter, you will see I spend a lot of time encouraging you and motivating you to make sure you follow the rules 100%. And here I am doing it again. It's that important. It may seem like a daunting challenge to adhere to my rules, but the rules are just temporary. They're just for now, at least for most of you. Be true to the treatment plan, and in time you will find out if you truly need to continue with the elimination of any of these dietary villains we've identified for you. Last and most important for you, I wanted to make sure each of you fully understand the all-natural supplements I recommend with this treatment protocol. Yes, the information is contained in the book, but it may not be as clear as you think. I wrote the book trying to describe most of the ingredients in each of the supplements I use, and in the chapter about them, I didn't name the exact products. I'm talking about the information in Chapter 4 called the supplements. The reason I did it this way is that since the FDA has strict rules against writing books that claim certain dietary supplements treat diseases, I wanted to make sure I wrote the book within their guidelines that require nutrients to be described only in terms of how they affect the structure or function of the human body. In the resource list at the back of the book, I have a section called Where to Purchase the Supplements, where I list possible retailers of the ingredients I describe in the book, including my online store and the actual names of the supplements that I use. So it is possible to get all the information about the supplements from my book, and I have also placed below this video screen a list of those supplements. But I also thought it would be helpful if I show you all the products I use in my all-natural treatment plan. Let's take a look at the actual supplements I am recommending for you. One of the basic concepts of my program is to reestablish beneficial bacterial levels by using probiotics. And from my online store, I use lactovidin and bifovidin. Acidophilus cultures are in the lactovidin, and bifidus cultures are in the bifovidin. That's probably why they named them like that. The strength of these two products are the strain-identified organisms in them that the latest research shows are more effective at populating your gastrointestinal system. The supplements readily available in health food stores are only identified by genus and species, such as Lactobacillus acidophilus, that's genus and species, not by genus, species, and strain, as mine are, and are listed as an example, Lactobacillus acidophilus NCFM, with NCFM being the strain, or Lactobacillus salivarius LS33, with LS33 being the strain. The bifidus organisms are also identified in the same manner. If your probiotics are not strain identified, you don't have the latest in what science understands. Next, one of the more powerful supplements used in my irritable bowel or Crohn's and colitis program is what we call a medical food. It's a powdered beverage designed to feed the tissue that lines your gastrointestinal system, feed the bacteria living there, and/or reduce the inflammatory process. For irritable bowel syndrome patients, we use a product called Ultra Clear Sustain. This product feeds the tissue lining your gut with an amino acid called glutamine, and also feeds the bacteria there to help return them to normal levels with a sugar that humans cannot metabolize. We could eat it all day long and it would simply pass out of us. It's called FOS, or fructooligosaccharides. For Crohn's or colitis patients, we use a similar medical beverage called Ultra Inflamex Plus 360. It also feeds tissue with glutamine and contains a number of anti-inflammatory herbs and other compounds to help you reduce the inflammatory process in your system. Surprisingly powerful, and it will be helpful, as will the entire program, in getting you off your anti-inflammatory medications. For all patients, to improve your digestion, we will use 2 digestive enzyme formulas. Azeopangan, which is a combination of pancreatic enzymes such as protease, amylase, and lipase, to be taken before each meal, and Medigest, which is a combination of hydrochloric acid from plant sources and pepsin from pork, to be taken after each meal. If you do not wish to use an animal product or a product with an animal product in it, please substitute the Medigest with Spectrazyme, which is entirely plant-based. Medigest is the preferred product. If you have lost your gallbladder, please take an enzyme to help you digest the fats in your food. It's called lipogen. That's Lipogen. Unfortunately, you may have to take this supplement forever, and the worst thing you could do would be to cut back on the fats in your diet. They are necessary for optimal health. The last product for everyone is called Intisol. It's a blend of oils from chamomile, peppermint, and lavender. This product is anti-inflammatory, anti-gas, and anti-spasmodic. All in all, it's a very soothing product for your gastrointestinal system. So there you have it. To review the products I just mentioned, they are listed below this video screen. IBS is on your left, and the Crohn's and colitis supplements on your right. To order them, please click on Visit the Online Store, also found on this page. Then click on Register Here to create an account and choose a username and password according to the instructions. It will then log you out and ask you to log back in. Once into your account, please click on Online Store and you will find all the products listed alphabetically. Once again, thank you so much for purchasing my book and trusting me with your health. My goal has always been to educate people that there are alternatives to traditional medicine's failed approach of simply masking symptoms. This treatment plan to conquer IBS, Crohn's, or any form of colitis works for almost everyone, and it can work for you. Follow it to the letter, follow the step-by-step plan, and don't mix in other advice you might have been given from anybody. It is what it is, and it's very simple. Don't make it more difficult than it is. You can conquer your condition and reestablish health and balance to your gastrointestinal system and see the return of your quality of life. I've seen many do it, and I know you can also. This is Dr. David Dahlman. Thanks for listening, and here's to your health. For more information about many health topics, please visit Dr. Dahlman's other websites, drdahlman.com and asktheholisticdoctor.com.